Hello students, today I am going to start the chapter Perspective in Communication. This chapter is for class 9 students and this chapter consists about perspective. We are going to understand how this perspective affects our communication, what is perspective, and many other things in the following slides. This chapter I have already conducted on your K-12 apps online classes, live classes. So let us understand what is perspective. Now, what is perspective? Now, perspective is an individual point of view through which we interpret and understand every communication happening around us. So, perspective is an individual opinion through which we understand every communication or any event that is happening around us. Now, how do we judge? The thing is that how do we judge? So, based on our knowledge, belief, past experience, attitude, prejudice, and motives, we form our perspective. So, different people have different perspective on the same situation. Now, in our next slide, we are going to understand what are the factors that affects perspective in communication. What are the different factors that affects our communication? The first factor is visual perspective. The first factors that affects our communication is visual perspective. We are going to understand about visual perspective and all these points in detail in the upcoming slides. Now, the second is language. Language also plays a very important role in building our perspective. Now, the third comes past experiences, attitude, prejudice, environment, feelings, and belief. So these are the factors which affects perspective in communication. They are visual communication, language, then past experiences, attitude, then prejudice, environment, then feelings and belief. Now let us come to the next topic. There is visual communication. Our brain processes the information seen through the eyes and interprets it. Our tendency is to focus on that part of the scenario that we are most inclined to notice. Now, what is visual perspective? Visual perspective means you believe what you see. Whatever you will see, you are going to believe. This is a general tendency. If you will see someone fighting or quarreling, on the first instant, you will build a perspective that these two people are not friends. Later on, you may come across that they are friends and they are having a friendly tussle. But in the beginning, at the first instant, you will see that they are not friends. Now, look at the given picture here. What do you see? What does your perspective shows. There are two different pictures hidden there. On the first instant, you will say that I have seen two faces on a white background. So this is one perspective. Just look at the picture very carefully. What do you see? At the first instant you have seen two faces, right? Two faces. Now if you observe it for some more minutes, what do you find? You will find a vase, see, on the black background. If you consider it as a white background, you will see two faces. But if you consider it as a black background, then you will see a vase on the picture. So this is a visual perspective. So what does visual perspective means? Visual perspective means what you see is what you believe. Our brain processes the information seen through our eyes and interprets it. Our tendency is to focus on what part of scenario we are most inclined to notice. That depends upon what we really want to see. After that comes the language. Language. Some words have different meaning depending how it is interpreted. So many a times we come across some words which is having dual meaning. Not only words but also sentences. Now just read the first sentence. What did you find here? The man is fair. What does fair mean? The first statement may be interpreted in two different ways, such as the man has fair complexion or the man is unbiased in his judgment. So two things may come up. So that depends upon your perspective which one you are taking. On the first instance, we have said that the man is fair. It means the man is having a fair complexion. Or you may think in another way also. The man is unbiased in his judgment. Now, unbiased in his judgment means honest. When we say unbiased in his judgment, what does it mean? It means that the person is fair in his judgment. The person is honest. Now, coming to the next topic, there is past experiences. Past experiences also affects our communication. Past experiences also affects our communication and in building our perspective also. Let us see. All of us have positive as well as negative experiences throughout our lives. Everybody has got some positive as well as negative experiences in our life. However, we may take care that here spelling mistake that that our past experiences do not affect our present behavior and serve as a caution and help us protect ourselves from the dangerous situation. Now everybody is having past experiences. It may be negative experience or it may be a positive. Some good experiences, some good feeling about some past happening, good memories and bad memories. Now we must be careful that these negative experiences do not affect our present behavior, but at the same time the negative experiences also serve us as a caution. It makes us cautious. It makes us alert not to repeat the mistakes again. Now, just go through the example. What does it mean? You spoke in your class and the class laughed. Suppose you stand up in the class and ask a question with your teacher. Now the whole class laughed at you. They thought that the question is very silly and so they have laughed. What will be the result? You hesitate in speaking up in the class. Next time what will happen? Next time if you have got a genuine question also, then also you will hesitate to question it. You will not be comfortable in questioning. Now, your classmate refused the last time you asked him to give his science notebook. Suppose you have asked a science notebook from your friend. You have asked a science notebook from your friends. And your friend has refused it. He has refused it. He has not given you. What will happen? What type of perspective you will build? You don't ask him this time even though he may have agreed this time. So once he has refused you, next time you are not going to ask him, fearing that he may refuse you again. But this is not the fact. But this may not be the fact. This time your friend might have given you, but because you have built up a perspective, you are unable to, you are not going to ask him. This is the past experiences. Now, attitude. Attitude also plays a very important role in building our perspective. Now, attitude, what is attitude? Attitude is a mindset that decides how an individual perceives an idea or a situation. We can say that mindset, we may say that it is a mindset that decides an idea or situation and respond to it. Just look at this picture. Which one are your attitude? Half full of water or half empty? What is your mindset? You may think that the glass is half filled, or you may think that the glass is half empty. Is it clear? So attitude also plays a very important role in building our perspective. After that comes prejudice. Now let us understand what does a prejudice means. Prejudice is an idea or opinion that is not based on logic or experience. What is prejudice? Prejudice idea or opinion not based on fact. So we can say that prejudice is an idea or opinion that is not based on fact, logic or experiences. Some example of prejudice are social status, gender bias, etc. Now let's take an example. Social status. While I was conducting the live classes yesterday, I found that a boy using iPhone 11 was trying to oversmart himself, wants to gain the attention of the person. So he was giving this and that messages and no one was paying attention over that. So lastly what he did? He started using some vulgar languages. What was there? That was to show a social status, that I am using iPhone 11, I'm very rich. What does it indicate? But at the same time, what does it say? What type of prejudice we are building about him? We are building that this student might be rich, coming from a rich family who can afford iPhone 11, but we are again at the same time we are building a prejudice that this person or this student is not from a decent society or not from a decent society, or he's not a gentleman. Now gender wise prejudice is also there. For gender wise prejudice, it is a common prejudice among people that women are not physically strong as men. Again, most of the time we think or we build up a prejudice that women are not as strong as men. But it's not true that all men are strong. You will find many women who are working in military, who are working in sports person. They are doing the WWE championship. What do you think? All the men can compete with that women's. So a prejudice has been built up against them. So how does a prejudice build up? A prejudice build up based on the social status and gender bias and etc. also. There are many things that affects in building up the prejudice. Now coming to the next topic, that is environment. Environment also plays a very important role in building perspective. Now just in order to understand how does an environment affects our communication or helps in building our perspective, how do you believe in front of a teacher who has a reputation of being strict, who has got a reputation of being very strict, how will you behave in the class against that teacher when that teacher comes to take the classes? Think. Now another one is, how would you talk to your friend in presence of your parents and in their absence? So just think about that. When your friend visits you and your parents are present, how will you talk to him? You'll talk to him in a decent way, behaving like a good boy, good student. You will talk about studies, whether notes has been completed or not completed, this and that. But at the same time, you just think, in absence of your parents, your friend visits, how will you behave? You will become a bit frank, bit jolly. Your language will change, your tone will change. You will start doing some naughtiness. Some different types of talks will be there, talks based on different topics. So environment also plays a very important role, and we must also keep in mind whenever we are communicating, we must also think about the environment. Like if you are going at a graveyard and you start cracking jokes over there, what will be the impact? Or if you are in a party and you started dictating your sad stories to your friends, what will happen? Instead of getting the solace, they will start avoiding you. Am I right? Now, coming to the next topic, there is feeling. Feeling also plays a very important role in our communication. There are two ways in which your feelings can influence your communication. How do you feel on a specific day? First condition is, how do you feel on a specific day? If you are feeling sick or in a bad mood, you will talk differently. So your well-being transforms your way of communication. Now, if you are not feeling well, you are sick or in a bad mood, recently you have been scolded by your parents, by your teacher, and one of your friend comes to you and he asks you, how are you? Then wow, how will you react? You will react differently. You will talk differently. You may rudely ask him to get out or go away from you or leave me alone. Don't disturb me. If you will, again you will ask you then, because the mood is not good. So in a bad mood or when you are feeling sick, if some people or your friends comes to you and if he talks to you, if he talks the good things also, then also you will take it in a bad way. Another condition is that how you feel about a specific person, how you feel about a specific person. This also this also plays a very important role. What is your thought about that person? If you are having a good thought, then definitely you will have a positive way of thinking. When you are genuinely like when you genuinely like someone, you communicate with him or her in a positive way. Now coming to the last topic, there is belief and feelings. Here again there is some research being done by Dr. Eric Berne theory of transactional analysis. It says that the four positions are: I am okay, you are not okay. I am okay, you are okay. I am not okay, and you are also not okay. I am not okay, and you are okay. So these are the four conditions that may come across when we are having a communication. The first condition is that I am okay and you are not okay. That means I am okay with my statement. I am in a positive mood and you are not in a positive mood. Then what will happen? You see, here you are okay and you are not okay. Then what will happen? You are okay and you are okay. I am okay and you are okay. What happens? Communication style will be assertive. Behavior will be clear and calm. And outcome will be most productive. So when both the speaker and the listener are in a positive way on the same agenda, then what will happen? The communication will be assertive, positive. Here assertive means positive. Now the behavior of both the parties will be clear and calm tone. You will not shout at that time. You will just put up your point. The outcome will be productive. The outcome will be productive. Now, I am not okay and you are okay. In that case, what will happen? I am okay, but you are not okay. Then communication style will be passive. I'm not okay, I'm not confident, so I will be nervous, and the communication will be passive, defensive, and I will be nervous. How will the behavior affect? Hesitate to assert ideas. I will feel difficulties in putting up my ideas. And what will be the outcome? The outcome will be not productive. The outcome will be not productive. Now coming to the third condition, I am okay, I am ready, and you are not okay, you are not ready for the communication. So what will happen? Communication style will be aggressive. I am okay, I am positive, I am 100% sure whatever I am saying is true, and you are not willing to listen to it. Then what will happen? The communication will be aggressive. Either you will be aggressive or I will be aggressive. What will be the behavior? The behavior will be loud and angry. The behavior will be loud. Just see here. Behavior was clear and calm tone. Here the behavior becomes loud and angry. Here, what will be the outcome? The outcome will be not productive. Now coming to the fourth situation, when both the parties are not okay. I also don't agree with your opinion and you also don't agree with my opinion. Both the parties are having different opinion. In that cases, what will happen? Passive and aggressive, defensive as well as aggressive communication style will be there. What will be the behavior? The behavior will be evades conflicts, does not accept, follow the group decision. Now, evade conflicts, it will bring up conflicts, does not accept, it will not accept, or it is not going to be followed. The rule is not going to be followed. What will be the outcome? The outcome will be not productive. So this is the end of this chapter. So now let's have some revision. Now let us have some revision. The end of this chapter. What we have learned? We have learned about perspective. So what is perspective? Perspective is an individual point of view through which we intercept, understand every communication or situation. Now what are the factors that affects our communication? So there are various factors that affects our communication. They are visual perspective, language, past experiences, attitude, prejudice, environment, feelings and belief. Right? So this was all about this chapter. Thank you, and we will be having the next video in a day or two. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.